had a few shotgun questions for you, just to get a 5,000-foot view of anyone who is watching. You said that juries decide this on what they see and hear, not what they don't see and hear. Did the jury know that Nikki had been chronically ill her entire life?
No.
Did the jury know that she had 2 recent episodes of a sudden halt to her breathing, or we would call it breathing apnea?
No.
Did the jury know that she was brought into the hospital with 104-degree fever?
I don't believe that was in the record.
Did the jury know that one of the drugs that was given to Nikki is no longer used on children and has a black label because it makes it difficult to breathe for children?
No.
Did the jury know that she had been diagnosed with bacterial pneumonia?
No.
And you mentioned that Robert was not perfect and in some ways had a troubled past. I think it's important to point out, because we're talking about an execution, a state-sanctioned execution. To your knowledge, has Robert ever been convicted of a violent offense before or after this trial?
It's not that we've been able to find. We've seen the burglary and the drugs, but no violent crimes, no assault, no mugging, no assault with a deadly weapon, nothing like that.
Right.
We've not been able to find anything like that.
Right, I would agree with you. So even though a jury that's never gotten to hear any of these details, is it possible that the bacterial pneumonia mixed with a combination of dangerous drugs, some of which are no longer available for children because they're deadly, mixed with a fall off the bed, is it possible that these factors alone could be the cause of death?
Well, according to, again, I'm not a physician, but I can read, and according to the pathologists that have reviewed this now, definitely conclude that that is a viable cause of death for a vulnerable child that had chronic pneumonia and was septicemic.
So with that being said, do you believe that the junk science law has been violated in Robert's case?
Well, I think it clearly has, and I think there are a number of exonerations in very parallel cases to substantiate that. And again, I don't want to get out of my lane. I'm reporting to you what the research says. I am not a physician, so I'm telling you what the physicians that have been brought into this case are reporting and what the medical research that's available to anyone that can read reports, and what other cases that are a list of exonerations that I can share with you. Exonerations have taken place where they've determined that no crime was committed at all because of exactly the things you're listing out.
Yes, I agree with you. In fact, the number that you're talking about is 32 exonerations that we've been able to find of those that were convicted of shaken baby syndrome.